Guru, and today we are doing the level Defense of the Beacon. Now, this is a very straightforward level. There's not really too much to say about it. There's two flags here and a captain, and I need to kill the captain and take both flags. So, yeah, that is what we're going to do. I'm just going to start by moving some of my guys down. That's all I'm really going to do to start with. And I have this flank here, and I think they designed it so that you try to flank with this. You try to come around with that left flank and maybe fight these guys or at least take this flag. But these Easterlings, they have a bunch of attack and they're not that hardy, so I think it's kind of a waste. So I prefer to wait and send a couple of these guys over to capture that flag. But I like to send the Easterlings to the middle so I can use their damage. So now is their move, and of course they're gonna shoot my my crappy Dunlending captain there. So starting out, we are just going to bring the pain on this Ithilien Ranger here. Okay, did not quite finish him off. And that's the turn. And for a while, I'm going to be really blocked off by those choke points by that wall. That's just kind of how this level goes. And those rangers can be a real pain because they're hard to get to. And they can do pretty good damage from afar. So I'm just going to move this guy over. And now I am going to move him in. He's not going to survive. This one's not going to survive much longer, but he does good damage. So I'll just move him in to get a hit. Not much of a hit though, unfortunately. These guys are normally, pretty basic, but on Grueling, they're surprisingly tough. Like 15 HP, like 6 damage. For basic goons, they're actually kind of tough on Grueling. And I'm just moving more of these Easterlings over, since their damage is very good. So yeah, for a while I was just going to be, squabbling over this part. I'm just going to be slowly trying to take over that middle section. I don't really want to fight them in the middle section. Like, at this point, I don't want them to have that defensive bonus, because with all this rough terrain, like, they take less damage, and I don't want to be fighting them in a situation where they're taking less damage. So I'm not gonna try to have that be happening. But actually, what I am doing currently has been just kind of letting them take fights in that rough terrain. So I think I'll have to change up a bit. Like, I could move this guy in, but then he's just going to have terrain and I won't. So instead, I'll let them come out of their terrain and come to me. And this is a cool maneuver. I don't really have a term for the maneuver, but this guy has Cursive Orthink, which gives morale penalties and lowers enemy damage. And okay, so no one's within range. But what I would do, and what you're probably going to see me do soon, is move him in, cast Cursive Orthink on somebody to, give him a morale penalty and a damage penalty, then undo my action, so that I didn't use the command point, but I still got the move off. But I can't quite do that right now, so I'll just move Moran and Orc over. Yep, so those Rangers, I definitely try to finish them off as fast as possible because they just really pick me off. But like I said, that guy is now no longer in rough terrain, so he is now easier to kill. Also, I'll use Cursive Orthink on him to possibly make him flee. And I have Onslaught over here. I could run over and smack him, but I really need both my heroes to stay alive. Since after 20 turns I get 8 points, so if I lose either of my heroes, I'm done. So I keep this guy out of combat. So instead, I'm just going to use that Onslaught to move my guys over. So, I don't really have anyone perfectly positioned. Oh, actually, never mind. I have these guys. So I'm just going to move over. I'll put him there so that the archer can't take a ranged attack, and I'll drop a hit on him. He didn't flee, but he should still be doing reduced damage. So it should help out slightly. And yep, any time they can to take a shot at that Dunlending captain or lieutenant or whatever he is. And he's a bad fighter. He's not even, and he's like a bad leader. But I need him to stay alive, and Curse of Orthanc is actually pretty helpful on this level. This is like the only, I think this is the only level where this captain has any value. And I'm really trying to take out these rangers, like I said, because they're real pains. But even though they're the frailest unit on the board right now on the good side, but they can still take a hit just because it's on Grueling and they have so much extra HP. One funny thing I noticed about these guys is that these guys, they're carrying swords and they're also carrying these weird I don't even know what to call the weapon, but they never use the sword. They just always slap them or slam them with that hammer thing. They're just carrying around swords and they're not even using them. I don't know, I just think that's kind of a funny detail. So it's a bit of a risk, but I'm going to move this guy over and try to finish him off from afar, just so more of my guys are in position. And it paid off. So, I hate to use an Easterling attack on so little HP. Oh, wait, never mind. There we go. Because I want these, well, ideally I want these archers to shoot my weak units, but I can't guarantee that at all. And I don't want to get, well, there's only one of them, so I think I can actually afford to get caught up in this chokehold a bit. Because there's only one, unit there who's going to fight me in melee. But I'm also going to check if I can pull off any Curse of Orthanc. I can. So there I will. Don't use the movement point, but I still get the effect. I need a good term for it. Maybe I can call it the Gru maneuver, but I don't know if I have a better term. But for now, it might just be called the Gru maneuver. And I'm really not rushing on sending these one or two of these guys over to take this flag, since I couldn't possibly beat those guys. So I have to wait for all these guys to be up here, and then, I want to take the flag at that point. So I'll just move this guy in. I want to keep him in the back since he's not very tough. Archers love to shoot him, and if he dies, the level's over. Since I can't beat this level in 20, before 20 turns are passed, so I just have to keep both of my heroes alive. Which is pretty easy to do with the Witch King, but not so easy to do with that Dunlending guy. And just to show how bad that Dunlending fellow is, so his HP is okay. I mean, not good for a hero, but okay for a unit in general. But there's 4 damage, there's 1 leadership point. He's all around terrible, but the Curse of Orthanc has some real utility on this level. So, all things considered, this is the one level where he has utility. So I guess I can't trash him too bad. If I had Saruman, if I was using Saruman, it wouldn't, that guy wouldn't be bringing anything the Dunletting Captain wouldn't be bringing anything to the table at all, because Saruman also has Curse of Orthanc. But I am not using Saruman, so that guy is fine. This fellow has finally found himself a niche. And yep, and now these Gondor Knights are coming in, and those guys are just incredibly tough units, so that's not a good sign. So, I definitely want to get a Curse of Orthanc off on them. Okay, I can't afford it yet. I don't want... I'll just move in and try to take that guy out. Didn't quite do it, but, I don't want that many people attacking me. I definitely want to try to isolate this this knight here and just, bring the smack down. That's what I'm going for. Because he's incredibly tough. So far not doing much, but if I can get an Easterling, but I don't want him to actually hit one of my Easterlings because he does so much damage, but I want him to come within range of an Easterling. So maybe I'm asking for my cake and eating it too. I don't know if that's the right metaphor, but I guess that's an idiom. But yeah. So that's good. He wasted a huge attack on a guy with like 1 HP. That's preferable. Not perfect, but preferable. And now he's not in the defensive terrain, so I can get some attacks off. I could only fit one Easterling over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this guy out. I'll take a smack. Move this guy in. Actually, it would be better at this point to have one less Gondor soldier rather than a little bit more damage on that guy. So I'll allow that. And there we go. Finally, a good-sized hit. It should have crossed my mind to do the Grueling maneuver with him earlier, but like this turnish. But I didn't think about it until now. But oh well. Not the end of the world. They like to waste a lot of turns back here. Like the horsemen will move here and then move here. And these guys will move around. It's kind of helpful. I think the AI doesn't really know how to navigate this blockage and tight corridor. So I guess that's handy for me. It's kind of an odd detail, but I've mentioned this before. But I think there's definitely some levels that have like cool level design, but like the AI has no idea what to do with it, and at times this level is kind of like that, I think. So I'm going to move into this defensive terrain because, heck yeah, why not? And I'm going to drop another big hit. And oh man, once again, I forgot to do anything with the Grueling maneuver. But oh well, it's not a big deal. He's almost dead anyway, so it's not that significant. Balderdash. Yeah, these Gondor Knights are real pains. That's why the defensive terrain is so important. I mean, just one-shotted a totally healthy Easterling, and I really don't have that many Easterlings. But, oh well. He got his, so now I can continue. Curse of Orthanc has like 7 range. But even then, sometimes I have to move in to make a hit. So I don't want to leave this defensive terrain. I mean, this guy's dead anyway, so it wouldn't make a difference. So he's just going to take a big hit. 8 damage, and those guys are still standing. I mean, they have 36 hit points. Like, just they have flat out better stats than the Witch King, and that's like the evil melee hero. I would like to take a melee hit on this ranger, but he wouldn't survive long enough to do much. So I'm going to reluctantly leave my cover to take another hit against him, which isn't a great move, but didn't have a lot of great options. Ah, man, that's painful. So yeah, this is just a tough level. Like, it's definitely very variable. A few times I've managed to beat it with just straight out brawl, but more often I've had to use maneuvering. But it's just very variable. So definitely gonna get another hit on this guy. Okay, that's what I wanted. I wanted him to flee so that he couldn't drop another hit on me, since his hits are huge. And if I move this guy over, he's just going to get, like, finished off by him. So I think I'll actually retreat to this doubly rough terrain so that when the fight comes, he'll be extra safe. And I'll move another guy over. And as you can see, I'm definitely running low on men, so I don't think I'll be able to win this level with just straight brawn. I think I'll have to use some kind of maneuvering, which would involve flanking with that unit on the left to take that flag in the back, but I also have to kill the captain to have enough total points to win the level. So, it's still up in the air. But luckily their flag bearer decided to come forward, so I can yoink him out of existence. Yeah, that's what a zoomer assassin would sound like. Be like, yep, I'm just gonna yoink this guy, bro. Yeah, that's probably why there's not a lot of zoomer assassins. At least I hope there aren't. That would be pretty bad. Now I have the decision now whether to try to finish off this knight or try to get started on this captain. I think it depends on if I can get any Gru maneuvers off. Okay, it appears not. These walls really get in the way of making ranged attacks and other stuff. Let's see. So that captain, he has 30 HP. These two guys, the best I could hypothetically get like 15 damage total with these two against him. Probably not that much. So hypothetically, I could, take the captain out pretty soon. So actually, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to risk it. I think I'm going to bull rush the captain. Whoa! 10 damage. I did not anticipate that. 17 damage. Okay, yeah, this strategy is already going better than I actually thought it would. And I'm going to put this guy closer so that, he could be in range to, attack the captain next. Because one or both of these two men are going to die. Well, he's a man. He's human. I don't know if you can call an orc a man. I don't know. I mean, they're male, and they're pretty humanoid, but they're not quite humans. But I mean, would you call an adult male elf a man? A man elf? I don't know. Man is so often used for both, like, male men, like men, but also, like, humanity in general, so it's kind of hard to say. Okay, so I'm not in as great of a position to finish off the captain, but made good progress. And this captain is a really big threat because the Witch King with invulnerability and with extra spirit points from this guy can survive for a long time, but the captain can go through that and do a bunch of damage and kill him. So it's definitely there's definitely a lot of value in doing as much damage to the captain before the Witch King arrives. Because the Witch King, this is a level where the Witch King can actually really shine. because the enemy only has one hero and there's no ranged heroes. So the Witch King can actually flourish on this level. But yeah, I'm really low on men, which is a problem. Okay, no Gru maneuver, I'll just move him forward. And yeah, this captain is Gonzo. He's Gonzo like a garbanzo bean. That's all the hipsters are saying these days. So, there's no one that can do full damage and potentially kill him through invulnerability. And like, I could use Rage or Flurry against these guys, but invulnerability is just so much better. I mean, the longer I survive, the more attacks I can get off. So I'm mostly only really going to be using invulnerability on this level. But now the Witch King can really show why he's the boss. Well, I guess why he's the first in command of Sauron. He's not really the boss, but the Witch King, I don't know. He's like I don't know. I guess he's like the, whatever is underneath a CEO. I don't know, but still, of this crew, he is the boss. So, I don't really want to get this guy so close. Like, he's useless in melee and he's already hurt. So I don't want to pick any fights with him, but Curse of Orthanc is pretty handy. But at this point, I'd be better off just using the Witch King's abilities for damage, really. So... So that didn't quite cut the mustard. So I'll just finish him off. And I don't know for certain if a single hit from the Witch King will finish him off. I don't have any more Shelob poison at the moment. I could use a Rage, but I think I can do it. Okay, there we go. I was right. So now I got Shelob poison, so that's nice. So yeah, this is one of the rare levels where I think the Witch King is at least as good as Saruman. Though with how much I talk about Saruman, I'll probably have to do a campaign with Saruman. I mean, this campaign itself has been so long-winded and taken so long. I have no idea if anybody would want to watch several more campaigns, because there's 5 other main heroes I could do a campaign with. I'm kind of surprised anybody watches this at all, honestly. Like, I mean, I think it's, I think it's decent for, like, I think for what I'm trying to do, I think, these videos are fine. But, I don't know. I don't know how many people have niche interest in this game. Like, if I wasn't doing this video series, or if I was struggling to beat this game on the hardest difficulty, and somebody was doing a series like this, I'd probably watch it. But other than outside of those parameters, I don't really know if I would. And wow, yeah, wow. I feel like I closed my eyes and opened them, and all of a sudden everything had turned around completely. Yeah, I've totally won this level. It's just about mopping up the rest of these guys. I don't really know what did it. It might have just been being able to kill off the captain so quickly. Honestly, that might have been what made all the difference. I don't know. But yeah, I'm truly surprised at how well this has gone. Like, before recording this, I went through the level, and I just barely beat it. I think the Witch King had 1 HP left, and I might have lost. No, I think I won. But so yeah, this level can really be up in the air. And so yeah, I'll just keep dropping poundage on this fella. And okay, this guy can't quite move into range. And can I Curse of Orthanc anybody? Yep, I will Cursive Orthink him. So yeah, those Gondor Knights are a real nightmare, but luckily there's only one hero and one standard bearer that the enemy has on this level. So, they're manageable, but it could be a lot worse. But gonna move in to capture that flag, and as soon as I capture that flag, I win. And I'm gonna run this guy away, because, that knight would one-shot him, and then, I would have lost the level. Especially so close to victory, that would have been, terrible. So I'm just gonna... Well, I don't want him to run after him. He has double movement, so he could catch up. So I'm just gonna get in his way, and okay, never mind, I dropped him. I dropped him like he was hot. I'm not saying he was, but I dropped him as though he was hot. So I don't even need to keep this going. And there we are, boom. That's Defense of the Beacon. I don't remember this being a scene in the movie, so I'm guessing it was a scene in the book. Oh, actually, I don't even know. It might have just been an invented scene, but yeah, it's a fun level. It's pretty straightforward. And the next video I make will probably be like 4 minutes long. It's super quick. But thank you for watching. Hope you have a good one. Take it easy. Bye.